It's right there. Check, check.
All right. Let's open this. The old.
Oops.
Check the music real quick. It's not popping up on the computer. There we go. All right, homie, whenever you're ready.
And action. Off we go. Welcome to Here's Your Freaking Podcast with the JLNKShow. As always, we always like to begin with a thank you. Thank you for being a part of the podcast. Stay up to date all things JLNK by heading over to JLNKShow.com. Coming up on the podcast today, we will speed dating apparently is making a big comeback. As opposed to, we thought that life was a lot easier once the internet was invented and you could just go meet people on the internet and you didn't have to do silly shit like, speed dating, putting yourself out there, vulnerable,
Wasn't like
visible.
a classic 90s sitcom trope?
What, doing the speed dating?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll also take a look at a guy with an inappropriate tattoo doing inappropriate things, and then we'll maybe we'll take a look at, crazy story about birth control that we'll get to. Apparently they're having a population problem in China, and they've decided to solve the problem. Wild Florida story that we'll talk about, and then a couple of Florida stories, actually. One man steals a Cybertruck for a test drive and decides that he's going to part it out. There's one thing about the Tesla truck that he doesn't know that's included on all Teslas, but we'll get to his dumbass later on. Let's start right here. How's your bedroom set up? Is it good? Is it sexy? Is it like a set of a porno flick?
Not a porno flick. Most porno flicks are in obvious hotel or motel rooms, but I think I got mine dialed in. Blackout curtains.
No,
it's
I mean
comfy,
like
poorly lit.
Like when you saw what was that? Boogie Nights, right? Does it look like a Boogie Nights bedroom?
No.
Well, how could you make
It's more cozy than horny, and I think that has to do with my wife's influence.
I
would like to design it as a horny room.
It's got a little something to do with the lack of sex going on in there. Could I offer you some sex, or would you like just to cozy up and go to sleep?
Apparently.
Well, it is a very cozy bedroom.
We can't get a circle mattress because those sheets are expensive and hard to find.
I told you, man. I had a buddy that had a circle bed, and it rotated. He bought it. He bought it when we were in. The
man died of sexual exhaustion in his mid-20s.
We were just while the rest of us went off to college. He didn't go to college because he went into the family business. So he got an apartment right out of high school.
Oh, hot!
So it was he and another friend of ours, and they got this basement apartment, which ironically enough is also the same apartment where I met my wife for the first time.
Oh.
And so he bought...
She wasn't there for the circle bed, was she?
No. So he bought... There was another friend of ours that we'd gone to high school with that, was kind of in and out of the friendship circle. And his mom... And I think we all kind of had the same idea about his mom, but nobody really said it out loud because you don't say that kind of shit about someone's mom. But he had mentioned that his mom was moving a lot of furniture, getting rid of a lot of the stuff. She was downsizing, and one of the things she was downsizing was a round rotating bed that she had with red velvet comforter that went over the top of it.
Ooh.
And my buddy jumped at the opportunity to buy it. So
sleep in her bed.
I think that's gross on two levels. One, because he's buying a round bed, and then two, it's also gross because it's your buddy's mom, who may or may not, probably more than likely, had been drilled in there thousands of times.
All right, you can buy a circular bed. These are without rotation. They start at about $1,600 to $2,500.
Is that comfortable or not? Does it look comfortable? Is it memory foam?
Dude, it looks pretty dope. It's got where the mattress kind of sinks in, and there's like tufted surfaces around there.
It may not be memory foam now, but there will be when I'm done.
Oh yeah.
When I'm done with my lady in that round bed, gross. So what else do you need in your bedroom to make it more, a little more working for you?
Mood lighting.
Here's what they say. You need...
What was that we all had back in the day? Track lighting.
I don't even know what this means. It said you have to have bed chemistry. I think that's where the round bed comes into play. Don't let your bed sit awkwardly in the middle of the room like an island of blankets. Your bed needs to feel more rooted. Oh, you have to add side tables.
Okay.
You should probably have like a headboard, footboard. not just a couple of mattresses laying on the floor.
Do you guys have a high bed or a low bed?
I think it's regular, whatever a regular bed is.
Ours is kind of high, but I think the more I think about it, I'd rather have a low bed, like one you can fall into and not climb into.
Right. Our last bed was kind of high. It was high enough that like the lab that we had at the time could easily get under the bed and mess around, and she would like crawl up underneath there and chew on bones and stuff. So in the middle of the night, I'd wake up to listen to a dog smacking its lips, which would make you fucking nuts. But now we have like a regular bed.
Ours is plenty tall, so all the cats can get underneath there and vomit. One day I'll find it.
Make your bedroom work for you. It says light it up. It's hard to love ceiling lighting with a harsh light bulb. Makes you feel like you're in a hospital, right? If you really want to spice things up a little bit. Mix warm... What? What is a task light?
Is it like a spotlight?
I don't know. It says you need warm task light.
Hang on. Let me close my circle bed window.
Sconces.
Oh, sconces.
An ambient glow will help create a cozy dimensional vibe. Another big bedroom mistake that you're making? Or at least you can add this to your list of excuses on why you're not getting sex.
You type in task lights, and it looks like those shop lights you use in the garage. That can't be it.
No, what was the one down there a little bit in the lower left-hand corner?
Oh, like the gooseneck desk lamp?
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel like I should be up late doing my homework.
Yeah.
Get rid of the trinkets. Do you have shit cramming every corner of your bedroom? Trinkets, mementos? Any accessory to shit that doesn't even exist there anymore? Enough to fill your room without personality? They say cut it down. One of the ways to do that, though, if you like all your stuff, rotate it. That makes sense. You just have a few things here, and then 2 months from now, you put some new things there and just rotate it. That's pretty smart.
Like maybe take out my filthy oscillating fan and rotate in a clean oscillating fan.
Mm-hmm. Here, can I show you the dust that was in this room 8 months ago? It's collected in the fan.
It was like fine, and then one day I was like, ew! Oh.
They say making your bedroom work for you. It says flat is a snooze. Smooth on smooth equals blah. Interior designers say texture is what invites you in.
Yeah, but smooth on smooth is very pleasing, though. When everything's flat and smoothed out.
Oh, man. I'm telling you what. After I shave my legs and I get into bed and smooth on smooth with my smooth legs.
Of the satin sheets.
It's something else, man.
You guys, in college, I always had to set up an LED light strip under my bed, for mood lighting in case I brought a girl home. I never did, but it was set up for that 1 in a million chance.
What do you mean?
This is Andrew on YouTube.
What do you mean mood lighting? Like under a Honda Civic?
Yeah, like if you took LED strips and put them underneath your lights, that'd be even a funny thing to do, and not tell your wife. Just put them underneath there, and then one day reach over, hit the switch, and boom. Yeah, it's like you're driving a 96 Dodge Neon that's been lowered.
We're lit up from underneath. Accent walls aren't the answer if you want to make your bedroom work for you. That one painted wall can make the space feel choppy. Keep it a unified color across all 4 walls. That's what you're looking for. They say it creates a sense of cohesion. It makes the space feel larger and more serene. What if I make a fire engine red? Does that have a calming effect on anybody?
We took ours from like a dark...
That tells me there's going to be some rough sex involved.
Oh, yeah. We took ours from like a dark navy to an even darker green. It feels like a cave. a love-making cave.
Well, I guess go down to my cell, my Eastern Bloc European cell. Smallest room, biggest mistakes. While a small bedroom tucked away can sound quiet and cozy, it actually makes you want to scream. Tucking a bedroom away in the tiniest space robs you of natural light and any sort of openness. A bedroom thrives on light and air, they say. Select a room with ample windows That should be your bedroom. That will connect you with the natural rhythm of things.
The one thing I do get jealous of when you look at newer construction houses, like I love my house, love everything about it, but the bedrooms aren't as big as you'd like. When you see how, like, I don't know what it was 20 years ago, like, hear me out. What if we made the master bedroom fucking huge, like acres big? You could dance around, parade around in here.
Can I have a sitting area in my bedroom?
Oh, dude, that'd be great.
Well, that's we want to put one in there for you. All right, having a hard time finding a mate. Apparently, speed dating is back. This looks like such a nightmare, man. You see this on television. One, because it's face-to-face. And it's not only are you face-to-face with somebody with speed dating, you're under time constraints, right? The 2-minute warning.
Name me a more anxious thing than meeting somebody brand new. Now repeat it a ton of times.
You just go chair to chair to chair to chair. 2-minute drill, 2-minute drill, 2-minute drill.
Me at my worst, me at my worst, me at my worst.
Speed dating is a structured group of singles meeting up, and a rotation is established where everybody gets a chance to meet and chat for a set amount of time. Oh, my God. Okay, this isn't speed dating at all. This sounds terrifying. I thought it was like 2 minutes. It's actually 5 to 8 minutes.
That's long enough for you to form an opinion that you're not liked.
That's enough. That's enough time for me to fuck it all up, right?
Plenty of time for them to decide that I am not their cup of tea.
That means
I can't hold this ruse together for more than 3 minutes.
You can put it together like a comedy routine, like a stand-up comedy routine, right? Can you do 2 minutes? Oh yeah, I could totally get up in 2 minutes. Can you do 5 minutes? I don't know. We're kind of pushing it with 5 minutes. What about 8 minutes? You got 8 minutes of material? What about 60?
Hey,
Can you get up and do 60 minutes of material?
I'm not quite a feature. I'm more of an opener. So why don't you leave me at the beginning of the bill? Hey, what if you find yourself repeating jokes with like more than one person?
I mean,
face for radio.
Are they all right next to each other? Like, can the one girl lean over to the other girl and say, he used that same tired bit on me too?
It also might be a nice gauge.
Yo, man, I only have so much material.
If it doesn't work with girl A, maybe try to run it back and give it a different twist. Dress it up a little bit for girl B or C.
So you do it in 5 to 8 minutes, and then you fill out a card revealing who you'd like to connect with. And the matches are then put in contact with each other, and then you can kick things up a notch from there.
They don't do it in person after that? Like, all right, now stand up.
I don't know. Is there like a speed round where then it gets shrunken down and you only have to go talk to the people that you're interested in? They do say, as with any form of dating, there are pluses and minuses. On the plus side, you're not on the apps. You're socializing in the real world. They say the environment tends to be less intimidating because we're all in this together, right? That's nice to know.
Yeah.
In addition, there's no chance of you being catfished, so that's a positive. As for the negatives, they say you only get a short burst of time to make a great impression. See, you got to come with almost like your closer joke first, and then kind of, you start with your closer, then you go to your weakest material, and then build it back up again to like where your closer is supposed to be, and hope you can string it out for 8 minutes.
What I'm doing is I'm going to a couple of small clubs out of town the weekend before to work material out.
What happens if your closer bombs immediately, though?
Yeah. You just got to sit there and die.
Yeah, then you turn into like Dice. So I got this tongue up my chick's ass. You do some dumb Andrew Dice Clay crap.
Also, why are you the one doing the routine? Can't I sit back and be entertained?
Oh, no, she has a routine, too.
She's like, I'm not going to act grossed out.
No. She's like, I have to be a little more tolerant.
I'll give him a polite titter after a couple of his jokes.
So if you find speed dating, if you find an event in your area, here's what they recommend. Here are a few tips. Oh, by the way, the negatives, they say, obviously, you only get a short little bit of time. There's too much pressure not to blow it. You also have to get to the point or risk being booted. Again, that's why you have to lead with your best material and then drop it down to your weakest stuff and then build it back up again,
I
right?
gotta rework my whole routine now.
You got that lull in the middle. It's like when you go see Stone Temple Pilots, and they come out with Cracker Man and everything is great, but then they go into that fucking big empty. They bring out that big chair. They bring out the big chair, and they bring out the acoustic guitars, and they're like, yeah, we like to do Interstate Love Song for you. And they just go to all those fucking lame-o songs. And then at the end, what do they close with? Then they're closing with sex type thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of, you want to structure the whole thing like an STP show. I wouldn't take any of this dating advice from me, by the way.
I don't know. You know what? You don't make terrible points.
I certainly wouldn't tell her that you got it from A, a radio personality, and B, from a Stone Temple Pilot show. I don't think I would do that. She's like, a Stone Temple what? STP, still double pilots.
If you would ever like to maybe perhaps, instead of dealing with the anxiety of meeting a new lady for the first time, also deal with meeting a new audience member for your comedy routine and trying stand-up, this might be the route for you.
So if there's a dating event in your area, here's what you got to do. 1, treat it like a first date. That makes sense. Shower, clean yourself up, man, right?
Yeah.
Present yourself in your best light. Don't hog the conversation and make it all about you. Show some interest in them. What happens when you get nervous, though? You get real machine gunny, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kindness.
Warren doesn't know how to let a conversation breathe.
Kindness matters more than anything else. So, show...
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. Show pictures of you're feeding a stray cat or something. I don't know.
Here I am, breastfeeding an orphan.
Turn off your judge meter. The chats and speed dating happen fast. Give them a chance. Give them the same chance that you're hoping that they give you.
You guys, I got to tell you, as awful as it sounds, I still think I'd pick speed dating like this over all the superficial online dating shit on Tinder.
I think you're right. Try a couple of events before. Try speed dating a couple of times. Don't just give it a one-time deal and then walk away and say, this isn't for me.
It's like anything else. You're going to get better at it.
Yeah, the experts recommend you try a couple of events before turning it off completely.
Maybe cross a couple things off your set list. Be like, this did not play.
No.
This does not play in Peoria, as they say.
Dude, what do you think about a dude that's got a pitchfork tattooed on his head? On his forehead. Not his head, his forehead.
I think I've probably seen weirder.
He went on a public indecency spree.
Oh.
30-year-old man, his name is DeMarcus. He was sentenced to 15 years last Friday. 3 felony counts of public indecency. The judge handed down the sentence after a string of incidents. Reports each involve a man with a distinct pitchfork tattoo between his eyes.
So it's like...
That's not a good look.
It's the Charlie Manson spot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In in each instance,
why
they
won't
say,
people look at my genitals? They keep focusing on my tattoo.
I guess it would be hard, yeah.
I'm like, I've seen a penis before, but this thing you got going on up there.
Uh-huh. Are you going to fill it in? Is there going to be something like...
The line work is terrible, my guy.
You're going to add to it, like the chicken of the sea guy? Yeah. Are you going to have the fucking stabby guy? What are you going to do? You just can't have a pitchfork out there on its own. Are you going to put some bales of hay up there so like he's chucking the hay? I don't think you can have it there by itself. In each instance, the man chatted with female employees before exposing himself and masturbating.
Okay.
It's one thing to expose yourself. It's a whole different... It's a different game when you start beating it.
Start speed running there.
The man fled each location. Workers called police. He was arrested a couple of days later. They do say that, the man has 2 prior convictions of similar charges.
That is almost one... I don't think there's ever been an instance where a woman has exposed herself and began playing with herself.
No, she's not going to pull up her dress, lick her. Yeah, that's not going to,
What is it with guys? What is the hiccup there with guys where they're like, all right, and now I'm going to fucking yank it?
Because they heard from one guy 1,000 years ago who
like,
said, she was impressed.
Yeah, they loved it.
She was impressed, and she went home with me that night.
She said, move your hand, let me get in there for some of that.
Has that ever worked before? And there was one guy thousands of years ago.
Well, I mean, are you expecting her to jump in and lend a hand? Is it like a Louis C.K. thing where that's what you want, is them to look at you do this deed?
No, I didn't think about that.
And
maybe that is.
Is there some sort of, at the end, when you're done and you look at her in the fucking veil of stupidity.
Sobriety. Sexual sobriety.
What's the next interaction? After you finish, you're like, you look at her, she's like, well, nice work. Do you expect encouragement?
Check you later.
Yeah, she put her hands on her knees and like, well, all right, I'm going to head out now. Are you done? You finished?
Yeah, I don't know how that conversation goes.
Do you thank her? Do you wipe the sweat off your brow and say, whew, that was a lot of work. Hope you enjoyed the show. Will you be coming back for the 6 p.m. No Smoking, No Choking show?
Hey, this is wild. China has a population problem, right? They can't get people to have kids anymore. So now they're trying...
Didn't they always, for the longest time when we were growing up, have a restriction? Like you can only have 2?
Yeah, or it's like 1 or 2 kids. You can have 1 as long as it's male.
And now they don't have any.
And so
Well, it looks like you did it to yourself, China.
they decided to put their noses to the grindstone and just, go to work. Don't worry about raising a family. Whoa, how many people do you think there are in China? I had no idea, though. I always heard 1 billion people, right? There's 1 billion people in China. Okay.
There are more people in India, right?
Don't know. There are 1.4 billion people in China.
Okay, so there's like 4 people for every one of us. Cool.
So they're concerned about the slight downturn in the birth rate. It doesn't seem like you should be concerned about something like that. I'd be pretty fucking happy. I got a little room to breathe now. The government is doing something to try to get the population to start expanding again.
Do you know that India has even more people than that?
It's so scary, man. Everywhere you go, there's somebody there.
There's never not a line. You're never like, dude, we went to the movies last night, had the whole theater to ourselves. It's always like fucking cramped.
So China has come up with an idea. How do we get people to have more babies? How about putting a sales tax on condoms and birth control pills and any device that, is considered to be birth control? It's a 13% sales tax on condoms, birth control, and other devices.
Well, I can't afford this.
Obviously, to discourage couples from using birth control. They're also offering incentives for you to have a baby. That includes 30-day paternity leave and $500 a year for each child born.
Get after it.
$500 a year. That doesn't even get me out of the hospital, for crying out loud. They do say it is a far cry from China's once famously cruel one-child policy. That was ended back in 2015.
Huh. So, hey, give them a while to warm up to the idea. It's only been a decade.
I'd be afraid.
First, you were like, no. You're like, yes.
I don't know why this story is so scary. I found this morning. Police in Miami are investigating after a woman's body was found inside of a freezer at a Dollar Tree on Sunday. That's like the little cookie freezer that they have.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. What else do they have a freezer for?
Dollar Tree has a regular freezer.
Oh, they do?
They have a freezer section and like a chilled section.
Oh, okay.
It's where they keep the ice cream and the pizzas.
And dead ladies.
Well,
an employee discovered the body at 8 a.m.
You don't want a dead lady sitting out and spoiling, do you?
They stink. They called police. Investigators are trying to determine how long the woman had been there. I don't know why this is so frightening. How she ended up in the freezer and whether she worked at the store.
I hope it's not one of those things where she was an old lady who worked there and then stumbled her way in and couldn't get out. Everyone forgot that Gladys was still back there.
The woman's identity is unknown. They do say that foul play is not suspected at this time.
Aw. I mean, I guess that's cool, but I hope it's not accidental.
If there's one thing we know about Tesla automobiles, we'll wrap on this story. If there's one thing we know about Tesla cars, it's what? The things are fucking loaded with cameras, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere you go on a Tesla, you're being filmed. We see all those.
There was just a public official, I forget where he was last week, that threw his dog shit at the Tesla of another, like a competing political figure.
Right.
And they caught, just as he walked by, it's called Sentry Mode. They record everything, and you see the guy fling a bag of dog shit at it.
Yeah. You see these people, they get triggered because somebody's driving a Tesla or they're charging a Tesla, and they're upset, I assume, because whoever's driving this Tesla or this Rivian or whatever is doing better than they are, so they're automatically triggered, and they say, I got to bust this up. I got to break this thing that I can't have.
I don't know if it was a thing when you grew up, but weren't you always, like, you didn't fuck with somebody's car. Fuck with them, do whatever you want, don't fuck with somebody's car. Like, that was always like an unspoken but spoken kind of rule.
But what we know about the Tesla vehicles is there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
So when you see somebody, somebody that's been triggered because somebody's doing better than they are, so they want to damage, show them, I'm going to show you. And they're always caught on camera. This dude, probably not going to make it in the Auto Theft Hall of Fame. A man from St. Petersburg, Florida, was arrested after stealing a Tesla Cybertruck. Why on earth would you do that except to get those god-awful things off the street? Ugly as hell, right? It looks like a Lego car.
But if you steal one, it's not like there are thousands of them cruising the same streets. It's pretty obvious that there it goes.
Right, because everybody's yelling douche.
There's one in my neighborhood. It's like a local celebrity because he drives like this, and everyone looks. Oh, there it is.
Douche. There goes the douche. $20,000 in damages to the vehicle. This guy agreed to test drive the 2025 Cybertruck for 30 minutes from the dealership.
I've warmed up to the idea of driving. Like, would you drive if someone said, "Hey, here's a free Cybertruck"? All you got to do is drive it. You wouldn't drive it?
No, that thing is a headache. I don't want people looking at me everywhere you go, and it doesn't look like it. I find them very unappealing. They're obnoxious. The guy never brought it back after his 30-minute test drive. He kept the vehicle for 2 days. System manager at the Tesla dealership found the stolen Cybertruck at the guy's house. The vehicle had some major damage, and the dealer tag had been removed.
Of course.
The damage included a smashed mirror, a missing GPS monitor, and the sun visor had come off. The front fender parts were partially torn off. It says, and small rocks, small rocks, and a pair of men's underwear were also found inside. Okay.
What were you doing there?
I guess
fella?
I'd have a harder time explaining the small rocks.
Yeah.
The assistant manager got video from the Cybertruck that shows the man hitting the rear view mirror multiple times, destroying the camera and breaking the glass. Everything that he did to the Cybertruck was caught on camera the dealership could access.
He thought that he was destroying any evidence that he had done it, but he had already been got.
He has been arrested, charged with grand theft of a car and criminal behavior.
You know, I suppose you're right. If you were driving a Cybertruck, you would feel, and probably it's true, that everyone is looking at you.
Yeah.
I mean, when I see one pass me, I'm like this, neat Cybertruck. Wow, there one goes.
Yeah, I don't want the yokels slack jawing over my Cybertruck. No thanks.
Yeah. You need to go somewhere where it's not that big of a deal.
Well, thanks for being a part of the first to last podcast of 2025. Obviously, we'll wrap up the year next Tuesday. Stay up to date, all things JLNK, by heading over to JLNKShow.com. We will see you next Tuesday.